Hey guys, so remember this?
We'll get us to hashtag Team Chad, 150 of them, so that he makes that video.
Wait. Do we really want that?
Yeah, so that happened. I'm Chad, guys, and I do all of the visual stuff for Life as a Mermaid, and I'm here to talk about all of the magic underwater scenes that we did in Season 3 and exactly how we did them. So, the most difficult part about these underwater scenes was the fact that, I might be spilling a secret here, but we had no money.
You don't tell people that!
Big Hollywood movies can make these scenes because they have like pockets that go pretty deep, but we unfortunately here at Life as a Mermaid do not. But what we do have is creativity and innovation to give you guys the best content that we can make on the best budget that we can make it for. So when I'm talking about these magic underwater scenes, I'm talking the scenes like the hyperspace scene from episode 1, the pool scenes from episodes 2, 3, and 5, the sunken house, and Madison's daydream. How do we do all these scenes on like $0? Well, not zero, but close to $0. We had to get really creative and we had to combine some really cool shots that we took in pools and in the middle of hot springs in the middle of nowhere. It's a thing, I promise. Here's some BTS footage. So we had to combine cool locations like that with computer effects to give you guys the cool images that you had in Season 3. Because some of these locations that we found were so cool at the start, we didn't really have to do a lot to them, but what we did do in the computer pushed them to the next level. Here's some examples. This is like the before footage from our shoot in Nevada, and then this is the after. All this color correction really helped make the pool feel a lot more magical and really helped give the scene the energy that it needed. A really great example of how the computer helped create the mood for these scenes is the contrast between the pool that Valerie originally jumps into and the dark pool from episode 4. These are both shot in the exact same location. We just chose our shots very carefully and added a lot of color correction and smoke in the computer to create two very distinct looks to make the pools feel very different. One bright, happy, free, one scary, dark, creepy, probably don't want to spend any time there. Another really cool thing that we did was the hyperspace scenes in episode 1 of Season 3. A lot of that stuff was actually just shot in a regular old pool. We've got the footage right here of Taylor, who plays Madison, swimming around in my swimming pool at my apartment, and we just decided to take this footage to the next level to make her seem like she's lost in the middle of nowhere, what we called hyperspace, and we added a ton of these magic underwater flurries later. We added a ton of color correction and got rid of the stairs and the pool ladders in the background, and that's what created the ridiculously magical look that you have there in episode 1. Madison's daydream from episode 8 was a pretty cool scene to shoot. By putting a blue screen behind the window of the car, we were able to make it seem that the car is underwater and that there's an underwater city way in the background. A little bit of color correction on top of it, and that created the mood and the feel that the scene needed. On top of that, we threw in a ton of really interesting shots that we took in the pool of our director, Julia Alexa, and Marcella, who plays Valerie, in Mermaid Tail, swimming around to make it seem like we had schools of mermaids populating our Atlantean mermaid city. The last thing I'm going to talk about is probably one of the coolest things that we got to do in the show, which was the sunken house. The sunken house was done in some really interesting ways. Like we did with the scenes for Madison in episode 1, we filmed Valerie swimming in a swimming pool, and then what we decided to do in post-production was to crop her out and add her into the middle of the ocean, and then we decided to build the house on top of that in the computer. The house started out as this sort of Victorian-looking mansion. My friend Max came in and did some wear and tear on the house to make it seem a little more aged, older, and that gave it the feel it needed to actually seem like it was underwater. We put the two images together, the house with Valerie, and added a ton of magic flurries and water distortion and ripples on top of the image, and that gave us the final look that you see in episode 7. We even went back in the full-length feature version of the movie and tweaked it even more to make the whole sequence look that much better by adding a lot more lighting effects and a lot more flurries. Maybe you guys noticed, maybe you didn't. If you did, let me know in the comments. These scenes were just the tip of the iceberg for what we can do with our underwater content in Life as a Mermaid, so I'm really looking forward to hearing exactly what you guys liked, what you guys didn't like, and what you guys are looking forward to seeing in the future. So for season 4, we've already got some cool underwater stuff in the works, but I want to hear if there's anything extra that you guys would really want to see. So let me know in the comments, and also let me know which of these underwater scenes that we did in season 3 was your favorite. Also be sure to let me know in the comments if you guys even like videos like this. If you want to see more of it, let me know, because Alex, the director of the show, was thinking about doing a video sort of similar to this, showing you the kinds of underwater scenes that we could put our mermaids in for season 4. If you guys are interested in something like that, let us know down below, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys next week in our next video. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching and checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, please like down below. If you haven't yet seen any of those underwater scenes, I'm not sure why you're here first of all, but all the links are down below if you want to check them out. Also be sure to follow us on Instagram at lifeasamermaid_series to get some cool behind the scenes stuff leading up to season 4 and hear some cool updates from the cast and crew. See you guys there.